Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Nityananda Shri Advaita
Hare Hare
Gadadhar
Krishna
Shivasadi
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
Harinam
Krishna
Harinam Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Harinam Harinam
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Harinam Harinam
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Harinam
Krishna
Harinam
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Harinam
Krishna
Harinam
Hare
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Nam
Harinam
Nam Hare
Harinam Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Harinam
Hare
Harinam Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Harinam
Hare
Harinam Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Hare Ram
Harinam Harinam
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Harinam
Krishna
Harinam
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Harinam Harinam Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare Harinam
Nam
Harinam
Nam
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Harinam Harinam
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Harinam
Krishna Hare
Harinam Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Harinam
Hare
Harinam Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Ram
Hare Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Harinam
Krishna
Harinam Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
Harinam Harinam Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
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 Harinam
Krishna
Harinam Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Harinam Harinam
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
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 Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Harinam
Hare
Harinam Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Harinam Harinam Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Harinam Harinam Ram
Hare
Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Harinam
Krishna,
Harinam
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Hare,
Harinam Harinam Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Harinam Harinam Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare Harinam Harinam
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna
Harinam
Krishna,
Harinam Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Harinam
Krishna
Harinam
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Nam
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram, Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram, Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram,
Ram,
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Ram,
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare, Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
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 Hare Hare, Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram Hare Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare, Krishna, Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Hare
Shri
Ram, Hare
Advaita
Ram, Hare Hare,
Gadadhara
Krishna, Krishna,
Sivasadi
Krishna,
Gaur
Krishna,
Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinu
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Rupesha
Hare,
Rupika
Krishna, Hare
Kanto
Krishna,
Radha
Krishna,
Kanto
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Namaste
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Sapta
Ram Hare
Vaishana
Hare, Krishna,
Gauranga
Krishna,
Radha
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Vrindavaneshwar Dr.
Hare Ram,
Shyam
Hare Ram,
Gopal
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Pramani Hare
Hare Ram,
Pramani
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Krishna,
Pramani
Hare Ram, Hare
Pramani
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Om
Krishna,
Krishna
Namah
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Shivaya
Hare
Krishna
Namaste
Krishna,
Namo
Rama Hare
Namaः
Hare
Hare
Om
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Namah
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Namaste
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Namo
Hare
Hare
Namaः
Krishna,
Om
Rama
Namah
Rama
Namaste
Hare
Namo
Hare
Namaः
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Rama
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Giri Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Hare Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram 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 Hare Giri Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram 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 Hare Giri Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Ram Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Krishna Krishna Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram 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 Hare Giri Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Giri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Giri Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Giri Giri Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Giri Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Ram
Hare Ram
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 Hare
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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram
Ram
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna
Jai
Hare
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Chaitanya Prabhu
Hare
Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadgaur Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
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 Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram
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 Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram
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 Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Ram
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hari 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 Ram Hari Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hari Hari
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hari
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Ram Hari
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Ram Hari Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hari
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hari
Hare
Hari Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hari Hari Ram Hari Ram 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hari
Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Hari Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hari Hari Krishna Hari Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hari
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari Krishna Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hari
Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare
Giri Giri
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hari Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hari Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hari
Hare
Giri
Ram,
Giri
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hari
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hari Giri
Krishna,
Giri Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hari
Hare
Giri Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hari
Ram
Giri
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hari Giri Giri Ram Hari Ram 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 Hari Giri Giri Krishna 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 Hari Giri Giri Ram Hari Ram 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 Hari Giri Giri Krishna Hari Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Giri Giri
Hare,
Ram Hari
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Hari
Hare
Giri
Hare,
Krishna Hari Giri Krishna Krishna Hari Giri Giri Ram Hari Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hari
Ram,
Giri
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Giri Giri
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hari Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hari
Hare,
Giri
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hari
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hari Giri Ram Hari Ram 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 Hari
Krishna
Giri Giri
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hari Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hari
Ram
Giri
Ram,
Giri
Ram
Ram Hari
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Giri Giri
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hari Giri Giri
Hare
Ram Hari
Ram,
Ram Ram
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hari
Hare
Giri
Hare,
Giri Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Hari Giri
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hari
Hare,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hari Giri Giri Ram Hari Krishna 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 Hari Giri Giri Ram 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 Hari Giri Giri
Hare Ram, Hare
Jai
Ram,
Shri
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
great
Hare
King
Hare,
of glory,
Krishna
King of
Krishna,
kings,
Hare
great,
Hare,
great,
Krishna
great,
Krishna,
great, great, God.
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
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 Ram
Ram,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
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 Hare
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 Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
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 Hare Ram
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 Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
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 Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram
Ram Ram Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Jai
Krishna,
Shri
Hare
Krishna Chaitanya
Ram
Prabhu
Ram Ram
Nityananda,
Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare Ram,
Ram
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 Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
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 Hare Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
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 Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Ram
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hari Ram 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Hari Ram Hari Ram 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 Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare 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 Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare 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 Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
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 Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Hare Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna 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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
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 Hare Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Ram 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 Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Jai Shri
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Chaitanya
Hare
Prabhu
Hare
Nityananda Shri
Hare
Advaita
Krishna Hare
Gadadhar Shri Gaura
Krishna
Bhakta
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Ram
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 Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Ram
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 Hare Hare
Ram Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
and
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram.
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna.
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram
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 Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Ram
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram,
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 Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
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 Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna.
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram, Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna.
Ram, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna.
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna.
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Hare
Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
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 Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram Ram Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram
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 Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Ram Ram
Hare Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Ram Ram Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Hare
Prabhu
Ram Hare Ram
Nityananda
Ram
Shri
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Radha Shri
Krishna
Vasati
Hare
Gaur
Krishna
Bhakta
Hare
Vrinda
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
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 Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Jai Shri
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
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 Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Ram Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Rama Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
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 Ram Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
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 Hare
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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
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 Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare
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 Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Krishna
Ram
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 Krishna
Ram
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare Rama
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 जय
Ram
श्री
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
चैतन्य
Krishna
प्रभु नित्यानंद
Krishna
श्री
Hare
अद्वैत
Hare
गदाधर
Ram
श्रीवासदि
Hare
गौर
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
भक्तवृंद
Hare
Krishna
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram
हरे
Hare
राम
Ram
हरे
Ram
राम
Hare
राम राम
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
Ram
हरे
Hare
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
Hare
Hare
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
हरे राम
Ram
हरे राम
Krishna
राम
Hare
राम
Krishna
हरे हरे
Krishna
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
Krishna
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram
Hare
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
राम
Hare
राम
Krishna
हरे
Ram
हरे हरे
Krishna
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Hare
Hare
हरे हरे
Hare
Ram
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare
राम
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
Krishna
हरे हरे राम हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna
राम
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram Hare Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे
Hare
हरे हरे
Ram,
राम
Hare
राम
Ram,
राम राम
Ram
हरे
Hare
हरे हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
Ram
हरे
Hare
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Ram
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
हरे राम
Hare
हरे राम राम
Ram,
हरे हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram,
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
Hare
हरे कृष्ण
Krishna,
Ram
हरे
Hare
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण हरे
Ram
राम
Ram
राम राम
Ram
Krishna
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Hare
Ram,
हरे
Ram
राम
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
राम
Ram
Hare
राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे कृष्ण
Krishna, Hare
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare,
राम
Hare
राम राम
Ram
Ram
राम
Hare
Hare
हरे
Ram,
कृष्ण
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare Hare Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
हरे राम
Krishna
हरे राम
Krishna
राम राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
Hare,
हरे
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे हरे राम हरे
Hare
राम
Ram Hare
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Hare Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
राम हरे हरे कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Hare
हरे राम
Krishna
हरे राम
Hare
राम
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण हरे हरे
Ram Hare
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Hare Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे हरे राम राम
Hare
राम
Ram
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
कृष्ण
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
हरे
Hare
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
Hare
Hare
हरे
Hare,
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
Hare
हरे
Hare
हरे हरे
Krishna
राम
Hare
हरे राम
Krishna
Krishna
राम राम
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
हरे
Krishna
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Hare Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Hare
Krishna,
हरे
Ram 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 Hare
राम
Hare
राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे
Hare
राम राम राम
Ram
हरे
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
राम
Ram
हरे
Krishna
राम
Hare
राम राम
Ram,
हरे हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
हरे
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
राम
Krishna
राम हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Krishna
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram
हरे
Hare
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Ram
Krishna
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Shri
Hare,
Krishna
Ram
Chaitanya
Ram
Prabhu
Hare
Nityananda,
Hare
Shri Advaita
Krishna Krishna
Gadadhara
Hare Hare, Ram
Shivasadi
Hare
Gauri Bhakta
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Shri
Krishna
Chaitanya
Krishna,
Prabhu
Krishna Krishna,
Nityananda
Hare
Shri
Hare,
Advaita
Hare Ram,
Gadadhar
Hare Ram,
Sri
Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
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 Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
Jai
Hare
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Hare
Shri
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna
Ram
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare,
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Ram Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Ram Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram Hare
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 Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासति गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे कृष्ण राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे हरे
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna. So we are going to read Srimad Bhagavatam. And
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining. We're going to read Srimad Bhagavatam for some time.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. There's a nice verse in the Bhagavatam that Bhagavatam is the Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam Yasmin Paramhamsyam Ekam Amalam Jnanam Param Kiyate Tatra Jnana Viraga Bhakti Sahitam Naishkarmyam Avishkritam Tashrinvan Supathan Vicharana Paro Bhaktya Vimuchyan Naraha. So Bhagavatam is saying that this is the in the Bhagavatam only, I think 12th canto. Let me pull up the verse here. Bhagavatam itself is glorifying the Bhagavatam. So, Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam. So, very dear to the Vaishnavas. This Bhagavatam is Amala Puran without any contamination because it gives us pure devotional service, the highest goal of life. Yasmin, in this Puran, Paramhamsyam Ekam. So, Paramhamsas, Ekam Amalam Jnanam Param Giyate. This Bhagavatam, it is most dear to Vaishnavas because it describes the pure and supreme knowledge of the Paramhamsas. So all the Paramhamsas' knowledges, realizations are described. Prahlad Maharaj, Kunti Devi, Bhishmadev, Bali Maharaj. So Yasmin Paramhamsam Ekam Amalam Jnanam Param Giyate. Giyate means it is sung, right? So in this Bhagavatam, the pure and supreme knowledge of the Paramhamsas is described or sung about. Tatra Jnana Viraga Bhakti Sahitam. So there is knowledge, there is detachment, renunciation, and devotion. So in this, there is together with knowledge, renunciation, and devotion. This Bhagavatam reveals the means for becoming free from all material work. Together with the processes, so Naishkarmyam is freedom from all material work. Avishkritam is revealed. So this Bhagavatam reveals the means for becoming free from all material work, together with the process of transcendental knowledge, renunciation, and devotion. So all these three things will come about. Transcendental knowledge, renunciation, and devotion will come because it is there in the Bhagavatam for one who hears Bhagavatam. Touch Srinvan, to hear. Supathan means to speak about or study. Pathan, Pathan, Yajan, Yajan. One who studies, one who hears about Vicharana Paro, Bhaktya Vimuchye Naraha. So, one who is one who is serious about understanding, one who is contemplating on this. So, Bhagavatam is saying that anyone who seriously tries to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, who properly hears, touch Srinvan, Supathan, Vicharana Paro Bhaktya. So, who properly hears and chants it with devotion, becomes completely liberated. So, Bhagavatam is Krishna himself. Krishna, what is that word? Krishna is Svadhama Upagate Dharma.
Dharma Jnanabhi sa Alonashtadrishamesha Puranarko Dhanudita.
That's why Bhagavatam is Krishna himself. So more we read Bhagavatam, more we are associating with Krishna. We have the 12 cantos is the body of the Lord, right? Starting from the lotus feet, the first and 2 cantos, second cantos are the lotus feet. The third and fourth are what then? The third
Thighs.
and thighs of the Lord. Fifth canto is the
Navel.
Sixth
and seventh are the arms. Oh, sorry. Sixth is the chest. And 7 and 8 are the arms. 9th is the throat. 10th is the lotus face. 11th is the forehead. And 12th is the head.
Top of the head, right? Yeah. So this is how Bhagavatam is actually when we are. That's why Sanatana Goswami has verses glorifying Bhagavatam. Madeka Bandhu, Mad Sangi.
Mad Guru, Mad Mahadana, Mad Nistarka, Mad Bhagya, Mad Ananda Namastati.
My only friend, Madeka Bandhu. Then
Mad Sangi,
my constant companion. Yeah, Sangin is companion. It's Sangha.
Mad Guru.
Guru, my Guru, who is teaching me, right? Who is teaching me everything. Then Man Mahadana.
Greatest treasure.
Then
Man Nistarga means one who saves me from distress. My mind, right?
deliverer, yeah, Nistar. We say Kali Kale Naam Urpo Krishna Avatar Naam Hoite Hoy Sarva Jagat Nistar. Nistar is like deliver, yeah, Man Nistar Ka. And then
Madhbhagya, my greatest fortune. And Mand Ananda, my greatest ecstasy.
so we should always read Bhagavatam, and whenever there is time, we should open Bhagavatam. Any verse we can open anywhere. Now we have on our Kindle or our iPhone or Android phone. You can just so Bhagavatam has to be heard and should be made one's constant companion. Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, right? He would Bhagavatam was his deity, and he did not establish any temples or anything like that. There is no personal. Bhagavatam was his deity, so he was constantly reading the Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is also, yeah, the deity of the Lord. So in the book form. So okay, so that's how. So if you want to become liberated, anyone who seriously tries to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, properly hears and chants it with devotion, means you repeat it to others. Whatever you heard, you repeat it, becomes completely liberated. So the goal of life is to become completely liberated from all material contamination so that we can have eternal life with the Supreme Lord in the spiritual world and get out of this repetition of this dangerous, temporary, and miserable. These are the three characteristics of this material world: dangerous, temporary, and miserable. So, of this material world. Okay. Like yesterday, we were reading Prahlad Maharaj, right? The second verse of the sixth chapter of the seventh canto, saying that one should go back home, back to Godhead. This is the only purpose of this life. And so, to go back home, back to Godhead, we have to focus on Krishna. And yeah, read Srimad Bhagavatam, focus on Srimad Bhagavatam. Yasyaivaishruyamanayam, Yasyaivaishruyamanayam, Krishna,
Krishna Parama Purushe,
Bhakti.
Titpaditepam Sanshoka Moha Bhayapara.
So all fear will be gone, shoka, lamentation will be gone, all illusion will be gone. If we hear Bhagavatam every day. Okay. Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So like that. So Prabhupada so painstakingly he compiled the Srimad Bhagavatam for us. So we just have to read and absorb and apply, right? So okay, so let's see. We'll read one verse. The glories of Lord Ananta. Utpati sthiti laya hetavosya kalpaha satvadya prakrita guna yad ikshayasan yad rupam dhruvam makritam yadekam atman nanadhat katham uha veda tasya vartma. So after we finish Bhagavatam, we should read again and again, and again. We should read. By his glance, the Supreme Personality of Godhead enables the modes of material nature to act as the causes of universal creation, maintenance, and destruction. The Supreme Soul. So by glance of Krishna, the Mahatattva or the Pradhan is agitated, right? And then all the souls are also cast by the glance of Krishna into this material nature. So the glance of Krishna is sometimes called a Shambhu, and that's why Shambhu is considered the father of all the jivas. But that's the glance of Krishna. Through that glance of Krishna, all the jiva souls are injected into this material nature. Maybe from his body, like all the who are lying dormant, they come again in this material nature to act as the causes, and the modes of material nature are generated, and all the jivas are affected by these modes of material nature. The Supreme Soul is unlimited and unbeginningless, and although He is one, He has manifested Himself in many forms. He is Advaita, there is nobody like Him, and is unlimited and beginningless, Anadi Ananta Rupam. So He has manifested Himself in many forms. How can human society understand the ways of the Supreme? So there is no cause, Krishna has no cause. Actually, the jiva also has no cause in one sense, because the jiva always exists. And Krishna, as Krishna exists, the jiva also exists. Like the sun is existing, the sunshine is also simultaneously existing with the sun. So all the energies of Krishna are also simultaneously existing. Of course, you can say sunshine is the source of sun, but as soon as there is sun, there is sunshine. So we are always existing. Na jayate mriyate vada kadachin. We were never born, we never die. न त्वेवाहम जातु नासम न त्वम नेमे जनाधिपा न चैवम न भविष्यामा सर्वे वयमथ परम. So we are always existing. From Vedic literature, only difference is we forget everything about our past life, but Krishna remembers. Bahuni me vyatitani janmadi bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacha
वर्त
Arjuna. Huh?
वर्तमाने च अर्जुन भविष्यानि च भूतानि मां तु वेदनं
That is another verse. Yeah. Vedaham samatitani vartmanani cha Arjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kasyana. Yes, Krishna knows all the past, present, future. Yes, that is also. And then in fourth chapter also he says, both you and I have passed through many, many births. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tava cha
तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि न त्वं वेत्थ परन्तप.
Yeah, I know everything. Veda. Tani aham Veda sarva. Veda means to know. Sarvani. Natvam Veda parantapa. You don't know. So we have forgotten everything. Who we are, how we came in this body, what karma we have done, past life. Krishna remembers all his births because he does not change his body. Sambhavami Atma Mayaya. As soon as we change our body, in this life also we forget, right? As a little boy, what I was doing, I forget. My mother may know, my father may know, but I have forgotten what I did because my body changed. So death also is the change of body, and you forget everything. With the change of body, everything is forgotten. I don't know who my relatives were, everything. And in a few years, this life will also be forgotten. Everything will be forgotten. The next life, another situation. So, like that. So, Krishna is coming to remind us we have also forgotten who we are, what is my actual situation, because we are in Maya. Maya means forgetfulness. Krishna bhuli jiva se anadir bahir mukha ateva maya tare diya sansara dukha. We have forgotten because we wanted to enjoy, so we forgot. Now Maya is giving all kinds of trouble in this material existence. So we have to again remember Krishna. How will we remember? By hearing about him. As Prithu Maharaj says, Sa uttama shloka mahan mukha চ্যুতো bhavat padamboja sudha kananilaha smritir punar vismrita tattva vartmanam kuyoginam no vitritya lamvare. He says, Smriti punar vismrita, whatever I have forgotten, that I have a relationship with Krishna, all these things I have forgotten. That Smriti punar means again. That memory is again revived. when I hear about you from the mouth of your Mahan Mukha, from those who are pure devotees, when we hear from them about Uttama Shloka, then those mercy particles they enter our ear, and they, whatever we have forgotten, we again remember. Oh, I don't belong here. I'm not part of this material world. I'm spirit soul. That also we have forgotten. I'm thinking I'm this body. Everything we have forgotten. Complete. Like so, this is the way. From Vedic literature, we learn that when the Supreme Lord glances, Saikshata, over the material energy, the three modes of material nature become manifest and create material variety. So everything in this world is the creation of the influence of the mode of material nature, modes of material nature. Just like you have clay, when the clay is acted upon by a human being, then the clay can be molded into different shapes. So actually, it is all matter, but the matter is like configured into different shapes by the modes of material nature. So we have different kinds of bodies, right? Somebody has an animal body, somebody has a bird body, somebody has a human body, and in human bodies also different, according to the modes of material nature, the different bodies are configured. Somebody is a male, somebody is a female, but it is all configuration of different. Ultimately, if you break down the body, it is all ultimately matter. But the matter has made been made into various shapes, and the bodies are in different modes of material nature, right? So influenced by the different modes of material nature. Mostly everybody in Kali Yuga is influenced by the mode of passion and ignorance. Prabhupada says 99.9% of the population is influenced by the modes of passion and ignorance in this Kali Yuga. So this is most prominent. And there are different varieties, and like we have foods also in different modes of material nature, you know. So everything. And depending on the modes of material nature we are in, we like to associate with other people in the same modes of material nature. So if I am in passionate mode, then I like to associate with those who are in mode of passion, because birds of the same feather flock together. So, but the mode of goodness people, they would not like to associate with those in mode of ignorance, because they will like everything very clean and nice, and like they are more sattvic. They don't like to associate with those who are in tamogun. Those who are in tamogun, they like to associate with those who are in tamogun. So like that. So those who are devotees, they like to associate with other devotees. That's what Mahaprabhu said, Asat Sangatyaga e Vaishnavachar. That how will you recognize a Vaishnava? Oh, he likes to associate with, who gives up the Asat Sangha. Because he doesn't like to, what will he talk with the non devotees? There is nothing to talk, right? There is no topic which is in common. They will talk some materialistic things and all this, and the devotee has no interest. So it doesn't match. So, so that is why they don't like to associate. So that verse is there in the that the crows don't go or the swans don't go to that place where garbage is thrown, whereas the others who are very attached, they go to the place where the garbage is there. What is that verse? How does it start? Uh, Tadvayasam tirtham.
न यद्वाचश्चित्रपदं हरेः. No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one.
न यद्वाचश्चित्रपदं हरेर्यशो जगत्पवित्रं प्रगृहीतकरिचित् तद्वायसं तीर्थं उशन्ति मनसा न यत्र
Nayatrahamsa niramanti.
निर्मन्ते उषुक्षा.
Yeah, so they don't. So, like some of us may be eating meat or something like that, right? Then you come into the higher modes of nature. Then you don't like. You see the meat and you say, "Oh my God, I don't want this. This is useless." At one time you were very attached. So modes of nature can change, right? So your modes of nature can change. At some time you may like something very much, like Yamunacharya. He was at one time attached to sense gratification, but then his modes of nature changed. More from mode of passion, he came to transcendental goodness, Shuddha Sattva, and he says, "Oh, this was abominable. I spit at the thought. Whenever I think of sense gratification, I spit." Because why? His modes of nature changed. The same person was in mode of passion, so anybody can change. If we want to change, if we want to elevate ourselves, Krishna says one should elevate himself by the mind. Uddhared atmanam atmanam natmanam vashadayet. Atmevai atmano bandhur atmeva hiripur atmana. One should elevate oneself by the mind. Uddhared atmanam atmanam nat natmanam vashadayet. One should not degrade himself by the mind. So we can raise ourselves in consciousness by our own mind. Um, the mind, Atmevavi Atmano Bandhu. The mind is the friend, Bandhu, of the soul. Or Atmeva Ripur Atmana is the greatest enemy of the soul. So we can elevate, we are supposed to elevate our consciousness by the help of our mind, by associating with people in higher modes of material nature, right? Or pure devotees ultimately. Then we can elevate our consciousness. It is possible, like when Srila Prabhupada, he came, people were in lower modes of nature. But by associating with Srila Prabhupada, by hearing from him, they became elevated to higher states of consciousness. So if we want to elevate, we have to associate. So karanam gunasangasya sadasad yoni janmashu. Krishna says, Purusha prakriti stohi bhungte prakriti jan gunan. Karanam gunasangasya sadasad yoni janmashu. We get different bodies and different species of life because the the reason is for association with people in different modes of nature, with the different modes. Yeah. So, yeah, we have to give instruction to the mind so that the mind will be elevated, so that we will elevate ourselves with the help of mind. Mana Shiksha. There is a book by Raghunath Das Goswami, Mana Shiksha. They say if you don't control the mind, then what will happen? If you don't control the mind, then the mind will control you. Correct. So there is two choices. Either you control the mind or you let the mind control you. So if you want to control the mind, then you have to give instruction to the mind with intelligence, because intelligence is higher than the mind. So constantly mana shiksha should be there. Because the mind is always coming up with so many ideas and so many proposals and so many things. So you have to constantly give instruction. In the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Evam sanstabhya atmana. What is that? The last verse. By deliberate spiritual intelligence, one should steady this mind, right? How does it start? Last verse of the third chapter. Jahi Shatru Mahabaho Kamarupa Durasadam. Knowing yourself to be transcendental to the right. How does it start? Evam buddhe param buddhva sanstabhya atmana jahi shatru mahabaho kamarupa durasadam. So that is what Krishna is saying, that by deliberate spiritual intelligence, so all the instructions we have heard, by that buddhi, we should steady the mind. So let's see that verse. What is the translation? एवं बुद्धे परम बुद्ध्वा संस्तभ्यात्मना आत्मना जहि शत्रुम महाबाहो कामरूपम दुरासदम. Thus, knowing oneself to be transcendental to the material senses, mind and intelligence. O mighty armed Arjun, Mahabaho. This is used. Mahabaho means Arjun. You have very strong arms. You are very strong physically. But now you have to also be strong internally. That's why this word Mahabaho is used. Even other place also. Asanshayam Mahabaho Manodurnigraham Chalam Apyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagyena Chagriyate. There also Krishna uses the same word, Mahabaho. That, oh mighty armed Arjun. So he's saying you are very mighty armed physically, but now you have to become very strong internally in conquering this lust. So evam buddhe param buddhva sanstabhyat manatmana. So jahi shatrum mahabaho. So you have to conquer this internal enemy. There is an external enemy and there is an internal enemy. Kama rupam durasadam. Thus, knowing oneself to be transcendental to material senses, mind and intelligence. So you are above. Like yesterday, we were hearing Premananda Maharaj, right? He was saying, you, this calm against the holy name of Krishna, all this have no chance. This is more, Krishna is more powerful than any anartha in the heart. And we should loudly chant Hare Krishna. And the canon of, it was described in Lilamrita. This, we should sound the canon of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then all the enemy in the form of lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion, all this will go away. We should be very bold. Boldly take shelter of Krishna. Like, then we'll become fearless. No enemy can defeat. Prahlad Maharaj was very fearless. Why? Because he had taken complete shelter of Krishna. So if we take shelter of Krishna in the form of the holy name, nothing can. So of course, we should not think it is by my own. But like a small child has a very strong father backing him, then the child may be weak, but because he has the backing of the strong father, he can speak so many things. Like Prahlad Maharaj is speaking so many, things to Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu is surprised. How is this little boy speaking so boldly? Who has given him this boldness, audacity? How can he speak so boldly? What is it? Because he felt the backing of the Supreme Lord. Prabhupada also spoke very boldly. He didn't care whether, anything, this or that. He would always speak the truth because he was surrendered to Krishna. And if you have the Krishna with you, then what is there to fear? You have the Supreme Lord with you. So you may be weak, and we are weak. But if you have the backing of Krishna, if you have surrendered to Krishna, Prahlad was also 5-year-old and he was speaking so fearlessness. Prahlad is very, fearless. Of course, he's fearful of this material world and like that, falling into Maya. But to the demon Hiranyakashipu, his father, he was fearless. So thus knowing oneself to be transcendental to material senses, mind and intelligence, O mighty armed Arjun, one should steady the mind. So that means the intelligence has to steady the mind by giving it mana shiksha, by giving it instruction. Like when we chant, the mind goes here and there. So we can tell before we chant the Mahamantra, we should, mind, you have to hear this Mahamantra nicely. You have to chant this Mahamantra nicely. You give instruction. This Krishna that I am going to say, I am going to hear it very nicely. I am going to chant this in a very prayerful mood, whatever it may be. So I'll remember Krishna. So this is Hare, this is Radharani. So I should become so attentive. So tell the mind, you have to instruct the mind, otherwise the mind will take over and it will instruct you and sabotage your consciousness. The mind will hijack our consciousness. If we don't control the mind, like if you don't control the terrorists, then the terrorists will hijack if you don't have security. Like that. So then the terrorists will hijack the plane and the plane will go somewhere else. It's supposed to go back home, back to Godhead, but the plane will go somewhere else. So So our destination is back home, back to Godhead, right? It is described that this is the destination of the. But instead of that, it will get hijacked and we'll go into some other species of life and somewhere like that. O mighty armed Arjun, one should steady the mind by deliberate spiritual intelligence, Krishna consciousness, and thus, by spiritual strength, conquer this insatiable enemy known as lust. So the spiritual strength comes from Balram and Srila Prabhupada. And so we have to pray to Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet that please give us the strength. Okay. And if we can do things nicely, then we should not become proud that I did it. No, no. It is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada that we are able to do something nicely. So, and it is a fact because of that only. Of course, our desire has to be very strong. That whatever we want in the core of our heart, right? That is what Krishna sees. We can speak so many things from the mouth, but what is inside, deep inside the core of your heart? So, of course, sometimes we should speak also, and we know also that this is not in the core of my heart. I don't feel like this. But Krishna, you please help me. I want to feel like this. So when we recite the prayers, Shikshashtakam, we say, Na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagdishishakamaye mama janmani janmani ishvare bhavatad bhakti rahitu kitvai. We are saying like that, but deep inside in our heart, do we feel like that? We don't want this, we don't want this, we don't want this. So we can at least say the prayer and say, Krishna, I want to come to this stage. I'm saying this prayer. I'm not there in my heart. I'm speaking, but in my heart, I'm not feeling like this. So, but I want to come to this stage. So you please help me, Krishna. Okay. So anyway, we just digressed here. So yeah, modes of material nature. Before he glances over the material energy, there is no possibility of the creation, maintenance, and annihilation of the material world. The Lord existed before the creation, and consequently, He is eternal and unchanging. Therefore, how can any human being, however great a scientist or philosopher he may be, understand the ways of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? The Lord is Adokshaja. How can any human being understand Him? The following quotations from Chaitanya Bhagavat tell the glories of Lord Ananta only when He reveals Himself, right? What is that verse in the only when he chooses to whom He reveals, and that person can
How does it start? Nayam Atma Pravachanena Labhyam.
understand.
Namidana Bahunashurandam Yam Eva Shivaranutatina Lakristasya Shatmi Varunantatpam.
Yeah. So when Krishna is pleased by our service attitude and our sincerity of heart, then He will reveal Himself. So Sevan Mukhe hi Jivado Swayameva Suratiyada. Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yogamaya Samavita. Mudoham Nabi Janati Lokoma Majam Avyayam. Krishna says, I am not revealed to everybody and anybody. Only those who want to really connect with me. Then Krishna says, I give them the intelligence from the heart. So He reveals Himself by Paramatma starts speaking. Like yesterday, I think we were discussing, and Radhika's dad was saying that you have the voice of Paramatma saying, when you are doing something wrong, then the voice of Paramatma is saying something in your heart. So that voice becomes more and more clearer, right, when you become purified in consciousness. Otherwise, it's like drowned in the voices of the mind and all the anarthas that the voice of Paramatma is very feeble. We can't even hear it. But as we chant Hare Krishna, and then Krishna starts speaking to us more and more, clearly and very loudly. So, so for the pure devotee, his every act is guided by the Paramatma because he's in touch with Paramatma. He has no barrier between him and the Paramatma. We have a barrier because of our material desires. Material desires are the barrier between the jiva and the Paramatma. So that it's like a wall of material desire. So Paramatma is speaking on this side of the wall. But because of the thick wall of material desires, this voice is not getting through to the soul. So as this wall crumbles, the wall of material desire crumbles, then the voice of Paramatma is more and more clearly heard. Otherwise, it's not like somebody's on the other side of the wall. There's a thick wall. They are speaking. Then we can't hear. If somebody's in some other room and they are speaking. In America, all the rooms here it's wood, so it's the voice goes from one place to another. But in India, where it's cement and thick concrete wall, and you can't hear what's going on in the room. So, so this is the wall of material desire. So we have to break this wall. Every time we are chanting Hare Krishna, every time we are hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, every time we are engaging in some service to Krishna in the right consciousness, we are pounding on this wall. We are breaking this wall. Every Hare Krishna mantra is like pounding on this wall of material desire. So it's breaking. So we can directly be in touch. Prabhupada said like that, if you chant Hare Krishna, you will see Krishna face to face. Means, of course, we may not see him face, but in our antakaran, right, in the antaratma, Krishna will manifest and he will speak to us. And then all our actions are guided by the Paramatma. So, the following quotations from Chaitanya Bhagavat. So, for the pure devotee, it's like that. Tell the glories of Lord Ananta. Ki Brahma, ki Shiva, ki Shanakadi Kumara, Vyasa Shuka, Naradadi Bhaktanama Yara. Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, the four Kumaras, Vyasadeva, Sukadeva Goswami, Narada are all pure devotees, eternal servants of the Lord. Sabara Pujita Shri Ananta Mahashay Sahasra Vadana Prabhu Bhakti Rasamay. Lord Shri Ananta is worshipped by all uncontaminated devotees mentioned above. All of them worship Lord Ananta. He has thousands of hoods and is the reservoir of all devotional service. So Ananta is Balram. So Balram, without mercy of Balram, no one can approach Krishna. So Balram is the Nityananda Prabhu. Without Nityananda mercy, nobody can approach Lord Chaitanya, and without the mercy of the six Goswamis, nobody can approach Lord Nityananda. Like that, ultimately it comes down to the Parampara and to Srila Prabhupada and like that. So here's a Sesha. So whatever service is left, Sesha. Sesha is the remainder, right? That he does that service also. He is very enthusiastic to serve Krishna. So it's called Sevak Bhagwan. Ananta is Sevak Bhagwan. And because he's so enthusiastic to serve Krishna and engage everybody in Krishna's service, he manifests as the Guru. He wants everybody to engage in service of Krishna. He not only himself, and his desire to serve Krishna is also very intense. So he serves him in all the five rasas. And he also wants other living entities to become attracted to Krishna. So that is why he preaches. He has thousands of hoods and is the reservoir of all devotional service. Adidev Mahayogi Ishvara Vaishnava Mahimara Anta Iha Na Janaye Sabha. Lord Ananta is the original person and the great mystic controller. Of course, he is God only. At the same time, he is a servant of God, a Vaishnava. He is Sevak Bhagwan. Krishna is Savior Bhagwan. Since there is no end to his glories, no one can understand him fully. He is also Ananta. Sevan Shunila Ebe Shuna Thakural Atma Tantre Yena Mate Vaishyana Patal. I have already spoken to you of his service to the Lord. Now hear of how self-sufficient Ananta Dev exists in the lower planetary system of Patal. Srinarada Gosai Tumburu Kari Sange. Tumburu is his instrument. Se Yasha Gayena Brahma Sthane Shloka Vande. Bearing his stringed instrument, the Tumburu, on his shoulder. The great sage Narad Muni always glorifies Lord Ananta. Narad Muni has composed many transcendental verses in praise of the Lord. Shrishti Sthiti Pralaya Satvadi Yata Guna Yara Drishti Pate Hoy Yaya Puna Puna. Simply due to the glance of Lord Ananta, the three material modes of nature interact and produce creation, maintenance, and election. These modes of nature appear again and again. Advitiya Rupa Satya Anadi Mahatatva Mahatva Mahatva Tathapi Ananta Hoy Ke Bujhe Se Tattva. The Lord is glorified as one without a second and as the supreme truth who has no beginning. Therefore he is called Ananta Dev. Who can understand him? Shuddha Sattva Murti Prabhu Dharena Karunai Ye Vigrahe Sabar Prakasha Sulilai. His form is completely spiritual and he manifests it only by his mercy. All the activities in the material world are conducted only in his form. Okay, so there are many verses about Ananta Dev. Yahara Taranga Shikhi Sima Mahavali Nijajana Manoranje Hai Kutahali. He is very powerful and always prepared to please his personal associates and devotees. He also becomes angry. When we don't go back home, back to Godhead, Ananta Dev becomes angry, but he controls his anger. Balram was very angry, right? He would become angry very fast. And he would not tolerate any. Like Romarshan Sutta, right? He touched him with kushagras and killed him. Ye
Rukmi
Ananta,
also.
huh?
Rukmi also.
Rukmi also, yeah. He was cheating in the game of dice or like that, and he punched him and killed him. So even Lakshman we see. I was watching Ramayana yesterday, that serial. Lakshman was always ready. I was with bow and arrow, and then Ram would pacify and give some direction and something. But Lakshman was very on impulsive, right? Very. But that same Lakshman has come as Nityananda, who is very mild. Akarodha Paramananda Nityananda Rai. Akrodha, he never becomes angry. Balram becomes very angry. So even when Madai hit him, if Balram was there, they would be finished right there. Like Rukmi was just cheating, Romars and Sudha did not even get to offer respect to Balram and they were finished. But here Nityanand Prabhu, Mar Khe Prem De. He got hit, Mar Khe, but Prem De. He gives love. In return for beating him up, he gives love of God. That's the mercy. ये अनंत नामेरा श्रवण संकीर्तने ये ते मते किने नहीं बोले ये चेतन ये ते जने अशेष जन्मेरा बंधा छिंदे शे क्षणे अतएव वैष्णव ना छाड़े कबूतने. If you simply try to engage in the congregational chanting of the glories of Lord Ananta Dev, the dirty things in our heart accumulated during many births will immediately be washed away. Therefore, Vaishnava never loses an opportunity to glorify Ananta Dev. Okay, so that's Krishna only, that's saying. Seshabai sansarera gati nahiyar. Anantera name sarva jivera uddhar. Lord Anantadev is known as Sesha, the unlimited end, and because he ends our passage through this material world. So we are going through this material world. Anadi karma phale. Since time immemorial, right? We don't know. Our karma goes back. Anadi karma phale. Diva nishi hiyajvale. So, so since time immemorial, that's why we are called Nitya Baddha, because we cannot trace out when we came into this material existence. So many millions and millions and millions of lifetimes. How many times we have gone in the body of Mahavishnu, then come out, and so many species of life we have gone repeatedly. So all this will end if we take shelter of Lord Anantadev, because he ends our passage through this material world. Simply by chanting his glories, everyone can be liberated. अनंत पृथ्वी गिरि समुद्र सहिते ये प्रभु धरे न गिरे पालन करिते. On his head Anantadev sustains the entire universe with its millions of planets containing enormous oceans and mountains. So they are on the hoods of Anantadev like mustard seeds. Sahasra fanara eka fane binduyena Ananta Vikrama na janena ache hena. He is so large and powerful that this universe rests on one of his hoods, just like a drop of water. It does not know where it is. So it's so tiny, like a small mustard seed on a big body. You don't know where it is. Sahasra Vadane Krishna Yasha Nirantar Gaithe Achena Adi Dev Mahidhar. While bearing the universe on one of his hoods, Anantadev chants the glories of Krishna with each of his thousands of mouths. So he's glorifying. As Balram always likes to glorify Krishna. Nityan Prabhu was always saying, chant Gaura. What is that song? He would sing this song that always.
Bhaja Gaurango, Kahu Gaurango, Lahu Gaurangero Naam Re, Jai Jana Gaurango Bhaje, Se Hoya Amar Pran Re.
Okay, so then what is the next line?
Prabhuji, did
After that,
Balaram or Anantadev have children? How many children he had?
Balram was married to Revati, and I don't know how many children. Krishna had so many children in Dwarka, but Balram, who is the son of Balram? Let's ask. Did Balram have any children?
I pasted the link of the song. It's just 2 lines.
Okay, but there is a other one, right? The Tejana Gauranga Bhaje Shehoya Mana Prana. After that, there is something.
Yeah. Gauranga Buliya, Tu Bahu Tuliya, Nachiya Nachiya Bedaure. Gauranga Buliya, Tu Bahu Tuliya, Nachiya Nachiya Bedaure. Bhaj Gaurango, Kahu Gaurango. लहो गौरांगेरो नाम रे जय जना गौरांग भजे से हया আমার প্রাণ রে গৌরাঙ্গ ভজিলে গৌরাঙ্গ জপিলে होय दुखेरा बशान रे गौरांगो भजिले गौरांगो जपिले होय दुखेरा अबशान रे भज गौरांगो कहो गौरांगो लहो गौरांगीरो नाम रे. Worship Lord Gauranga, chant Gauranga, speak about Lord Gauranga. Only those who worship Lord Gauranga is indeed my life and soul. Chanting Gauranga, go out with your arms raised, dancing and dancing. By chanting Gauranga and worshipping him, one's miseries will end.
Okay, yeah, nice. So Balram had children, according to Bhagavad Puran and other Vedic texts. I'll put this here. What I found. Balram cannot copy it for some reason.
He had two sons, Nishtha and Ulmukha.
Correct.
And his wife is Revati, daughter of King Kakudmi. And a daughter, he had a daughter, Shashi Rekha, also known as Vatsala.
And these sons were killed during the fratricidal war of the Yadus.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why he is the one first who left his body.
Neha is saying beautifully sung. Okay. So here. So Ananda Dev chants the glories of Krishna with each of his thousands of mouths. Gayana Ananta Shri Yashera Nahi Anta Jaya Bhanga Nahi Karu Dohe Balavanta. Although he has been chanting the glories of Lord Krishna since time immemorial, he still has not come to their end. So he has not come to the end. Is speaking. Adhyapiya Sheshadev Sahasra Srimukhe Gayana Chaitanya Yasha Anta Nahi Dekhe. To this very day, Lord Ananta continues to chant the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and still he finds no end to them. Okay. Okay, that's the verse. So we'll stop. We'll read teachings of Prahlad Maharaj because Narsingha Jayanti is coming up. Of course, Ram Navami is coming first. So we can read something from Ramayana. So Ram and Lakshman were both by Indrajit. They were bound by that, what was it, Nagapash, right? And then Garuda came and saved them. So is that mentioned in the Valmiki Ramayana?
I don't know about this, but during war, he again threw the Brahmastra to Lakshman, and Lakshman fainted. They thought Lakshman is dead. That's why Hanumanji went to bring the herbal from Gandhamadan.
No, that is second time. That is second time when
Oh,
Lakshman,
oh,
but
oh.
there was
Oh,
earlier
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah, I remember. Yeah. He tied he tied both brothers. Right.
So what I'm
Garuda
asking is
came.
this mentioned in Valmiki Ramayana?
Yes. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
Okay. And then Garuda comes to save them. Right from the, and then the second.
Because it's Nagpas, snake, or Garuda. Snakes are they're afraid of Garuda, right? That's right.
Yeah, and then the second time he uh, also was, Lakshman was injured, and then that's second time. Yeah. But
Yeah, we have not read this whole book Ramayana that's online, but yeah, there is a chapter Garuda to the rescue. I pasted.
So sometimes somebody may feel like, oh, how can the Supreme Lord become, you know,
I think
subdued by.
Indrajit had a boon from whom every day morning, once he does completes his prayer and puja, nobody can defeat him. That's why Lakshman had to, Bibhishan told the secret of how to kill Indrajit, to disturb him. That's why, and the person who lives a life like a celibate, like Lakshmana, and who didn't eat for, fasting for long years, and Lakshman qualifies those two qualities, and that person only can kill Indrajit. And that's why Bibhishan told the secret that morning Indrajit every day he sits on puja, and you have to go during that time and kill him. And Lakshmana entered. He showed the door in the
Yeah.
palace towards that puja room.
Yeah, before his yagna is complete, Lakshman goes there, and then if the, as I saw in the serial, if the yagna is complete, then he would get a invincible chariot, and then he would be able to defeat everybody like that. So Vibhishan, it was a very secret cave where Indrajit was worshipping this Devi, I think, and then Vibhishan knows the shortcut how to go there like that. Anyway, so I just okay. We can read this chapter, or we can read this Ramayana book also by Chaitanya Chapra, because there are lessons in there. Okay, this is more about the fighting that happens.
I can read the lessons.
Then second time also Lakshman was hurt, and then there was some Vaidya who was in Lanka, Sushena, right? As I saw in the serial. Then Hanumanji brings him from the palace. He was living in Lanka, and he brings him, and they tell him to cure him, and then he's thinking, should I cure him because I am faithful to Ravana? Should I cure him? But then they say, no, your job as a Vaidya is to save the souls who are suffering. So this precedes your then Sushena, and of course he tells that we want this Sanjeevani, this and Hanumanji. Then Kalanemi comes to stop Hanuman, because that night they had to go. One night Hanumanji had to go to the Himalayas and bring this Sanjeevani. So Ravana comes to know about it, so he sends Kalanemi, and this Kalanemi disguises himself as a sage and all these things. That's what this. I don't know if this is all, but looks like it's authentic, because this is all there in the Ramayana, in the serial what they're showing. So okay. What were we going to read? Yeah,
Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Chaitanya, yeah, correct. Let me see.
Vicky says that Kalnemi is the son of Marich, and his fight with Hanumanji is not described in Valmiki Ramayana, but described in other contemporary.
Yeah, that's why I don't know whether it's part of Valmiki Ramayana or not, but maybe in this Ramayana pack. Okay, wisdom from Ramayana. Yeah, he disguises himself as a sage and he is chanting. In the serial, it is shown like that. He's chanting Ram's name. And Hanumanji was on his flight and he comes across this sage and he's chanting Ram's name and becomes very attracted. He just wants to delay Ram from going, Hanumanji from coming back because he has to come before sunrise. Otherwise, Lakshman will pass away. So then this Kalanemi, then Hanumanji becomes attracted to him and then he says, why don't you take a bath in the pond? And then in that pond there is a crocodile who attacks Hanuman. And then Hanuman kills that crocodile. And that crocodile turns into a beautiful lady and she warns him before she says, I was cursed by a sage, but you know, now that you have saved me, relieved me from this body, I want to warn you that this sage who is sitting there in his cottage is none other than a demon actually sent by Ravana. And then Hanumanji comes back and then he has a fight with this sage and he kills him. And like that. And then the news reached Ravana. All this is there. Maybe it's there, I don't know. Amen. Okay, so where are we here?
Wiki says the fight is not described in Valmiki Ramayana.
Is it there in the one we have
It's
online?
not in Valmiki Ramayana, but it is described in other contemporary. I don't know where.
There is Kamba Ramayana and different Ramayans, right? They say from South India there is one Ramayana there and there's other different Ramayans. So
I think most, other than Valmiki Muni himself, his
Tulsidas
writing,
Ramayana is
it is
also there.
Tulsidas. It is Tulsidas who is considered as the Valmiki of Kali Yuga. He composed, Ramayana. As a great devotee of Ram.
Okay, so we were reading about this marriage. Okay, another Bhakti saint, Rupa Goswami, offers a relevant insight in his classic devotional guidebook, the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. He states that only those activities that are performed with a favorable disposition towards the Lord, seeking to please Him, are considered devotional activities. Which is that, what is that? That verse which says only those activities that they are considered as bhakti.
अनुकूल्य से संकल्प.
No, yeah, that is there, but in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu,
Uh,
it states that only those activities that are performed with a favorable disposition towards the Lord, seeking to please Him, are considered devotional activities.
yeah, that's अन्य अभिलाषिता शून्यम.
Jnana Karmadhyana
ज्ञान
Vritam.
कर्म अनुकूल्येन कृष्णं भक्ति.
Anukulyena. So it even Kans was very Krishna conscious, but in a negative way. So we don't consider him as a devotee. He was always thinking of Krishna, but he's not a devotee. We don't say Kans, Bhakta Kans, but we say Bhakta Prahlad because he was doing it to please. So the mood is very important. When the Lord's service is not the intention, then what is performed is not devotion, even if it is performed in relationship with Him. So if you have some other ulterior motive not to please the Lord, then it is not really devotional service, pure devotional service, which is Anya Abhilashi, which can be mixed devotional service, but though such action may lead to some elevation in one's post-mortem destination, devotees don't seek such an elevation that is divorced from devotion. So although Kans was given Sayujya Mukti or something like that, but devotees don't want such kind of elevation. That's why Marich is never considered a model of devotion, whereas Vibhishan is. Because Marich, he wanted to die at the hands of Ram, but he wanted to like do a disservice, right? He wanted to separate Ram from Sita so that Sita can be kidnapped. That was the whole plan. So When we practice bhakti, our focus is not so much on how we die, but how we live. Not at whose hands we die, but for whose hands we live, and if necessary, die. Yeah, so for whom we are living and dying. That is, for whose hands we live and die means for whose purpose we dedicate our life. So, life should be meant to give Krishna pleasure, not for my own pleasure. That's pure bhakti. Srimad Bhagavatam states that the Lord executes His will sometimes through His own hands and sometimes through the hands of His devotees, those who work for Him. So they become instrument. The process of Bhakti Yoga helps us become the Lord's hands. So Krishna uses us as an instrument when He sees us as very trustworthy, and He empowers us. You empower somebody in your company, right? A CEO will empower somebody to become, when he feels that this person is very trustworthy and he will act in the interest of the company, not his personal interest, then such people are given a higher position, right? Because they are working for the interest of the company. So those who work for Krishna's satisfaction, Krishna's plan, they become empowered. Means they get more power. So, so the purity of purpose, in devotional service empowers the devotee, and he can do amazing things because now he is Krishna's instrument, and Krishna has given him the Shakti, so he can do amazing things. Uh, the process of Bhakti Yoga helps us become the Lord's hand. When we become devoted, like Uddhav was empowered, or he was trustworthy, so he had to take a confidential message from Krishna to the gopis. So he selected Uddhav because he is the greatest devotee of the Lord and he is trustworthy. He will keep the message confidential and deliver it as it is to the gopis without adulteration and like that. And that was one reason also. And then Uddhav wanted him to learn. He wanted him to learn more from the gopis. So if you have some if you have some money, millions of dollars, let's say, or 10,000 rupees, you have to give to somebody. So you will select as a courier somebody who is trustworthy, right? You will not give it to anybody and say, okay, give it to that person. No, you will still select somebody who is like trust, because what happened if that person himself takes the money and goes away in between? So you will give it to somebody who is trustworthy. So same way, Krishna also. So the process of Bhakti Yoga helps us become the Lord's hands. When we become devoted, we think not so much of our pleasure in this life or even our destination after this life. So devotee has no consideration of where he is going, nothing. He just has one thing: to engage in service to Krishna, to please Krishna. Wherever you take me, it doesn't matter. Prabhupada says, you can put me in hell also, but please allow me to chant Hare Krishna. Please always make me remember you. So always engage me in your service, like that. Chanting Hare Krishna means like that. So he has no consideration of where. Apitulyartha darshina, swarga panarakaishva apitulyartha darshina. They just want to serve the Lord. Like gopis also. They said, okay, we have to go to hell, doesn't matter. If our dust will relieve Krishna's headache, that's it. We will give him. So that is very selfless. So such selfless devotees are considered the very highest, because they are only concerned with Krishna's pleasure, nothing for them. Vrajvasi means nothing for me, everything for Krishna. My whole life is for Krishna. So that's a pure devotee. So they are not concerned about anything. We think primarily about our Lord's purpose and His service. To live for Him and to die for Him is the purpose and perfection of devotion. Another is Jatayu. Jatayu will come up now. He didn't care about his life or anything. He knew he is not going to win this battle against Ravana. Another character with whom Marich can be contrasted is Jatayu, who died just a few hours after Marich. Because Marich was killed by Ram, and then Ravana came and he kidnapped Sita, and then he was on the way, and Jatayu came to stop him. Jatayu was an aged vulture who attained martyrdom, martyrdom while trying to stop Ravana from abducting Sita. Ram felt deeply indebted to Jatayu for his death embracing service. So those who sacrifice their life for the sake of the Lord feels so indebted to them. Ram personally performed the last rites for Jatayu, just as a son would perform for his father. Like even if you sacrifice your life for the nation, somebody, they will give you Paramvir Chakra, right? So many things. Or if you do something very heroic for the nation will give you some very nice medal. So if you sacrifice your life for the Lord will not be, even our nation is grateful. So the Lord, who is very kind, so grateful. Ram personally performed the last rites for Jatayu, just as a son would perform for his father. So Jatayu like was his father. Though Jatayu was killed at the hands of a demon, he died for the hands of the Lord, working for his purpose. So Marich was killed at the hands of Ram. Jatayu was killed by a demon, Ravana. But his interest was to please the Lord. So inner consciousness is more important than the external thing. In fact, he died in the hands of the Lord, breathing his last. Of course, he didn't die at that time. Of course, he died in the hands of the Lord. Breathing his last, with his head resting on Ram's lap, his eyes beholding Ram's divine face. Haridas Thakur also, like he passed away seeing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the lap of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. With such a supremely chanting the holy name, surrounded by the devotees. With such a supremely auspicious departure, he attained the supreme destination in his afterlife. In whose presence we die is not as important as for whose purpose we die. So, whether you die in this place or that place is not important. If you are, let's say, you are on a mission or for the Lord and you get killed, then it may be more glorious death than dying in some holy place and something like that. So, because you are dying for the purpose of the Lord. If you are in the holy place and you're not, it's for your own personal interest. You're dying. But if you're dying on the battlefield, actually Prabhupada says, I want to have the credit of dying on the battlefield. Of course, he came back to Vrindavan at the last stage because he couldn't travel, but he was traveling even in that condition. He said, I want to die on the battlefield, fighting for Krishna. So, in whose presence we die is not as important as for whose purpose we die, for whose purpose we live. How to live in devotion, risking death for the Lord's sake, is exemplified by Vibhishan. So, those who sacrifice for the Lord's mission, they become very dear to the Lord. Like Bhakti Tirth Maharaj, he met Prabhupada in Bhaktivedanta Manor and he was distributing books and Prabhupada embraced him. So, and how to live in devotion, embracing death for Lord's sake, is exemplified by Jatayu. Unfortunately, Marich's misguided choice means that he exemplifies neither. Okay, so Rama and Shabari. The intent of a gift matters more than its content. She was giving all the juta. Don't look at a gift horse in the mouth. Okay, I think we can read the other book also. Since we read a little bit, we'll read the Shabari tomorrow. We'll want to read that meditation on Radha Govinda. Of course, this is describing all the symbols on Radhika's. So we can meditate on the feet. Then what is on the feet? So that we can meditate. You can read this if you want. So it's describing all the symbols. Okay. Then Sham Sundar Dhyan, Radhika Dhyan, Radhika's flower ornaments. Okay, Srimati Radhika's lotus feet. Right foot. So on the right foot of Sri Radhika, I worship Sri Radha, whose beautiful right lotus foot is adorned with 8 auspicious markings. So this is the right. There are 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 3. Yeah, 4 here. And this one 8. At the base of the big toe, so the big toe is this. At the base of the big toe is a conch shell. So there is a conch shell here, Radhika's feet. Below the second and middle toe is a mountain. So between the second and the third is a mountain. Below the mountain, in the center towards the heel. Below the mountain, in the center towards the hill. So this one is a chariot and a fish on the hill. Fish here. Besides the chariot, on the inside edge of the foot is a Shakti weapon. Oh, there is Shakti weapon, this one. Besides the chariot, on the inside edge of the foot is a Shakti weapon, a spear. There is a club on either side of the chariot. Maybe it's this one. And near the outer edge of the foot, below the little toe, is a sacrificial altar. And below that is a jeweled earring. So this may be the jewel. Okay, left foot. I worship Radha, whose elegant left foot, so different markings, is beautified with 11 auspicious markings. So left foot has 11, right foot has 8. At the base of the big toe is a barley corn. Big toe is a barley corn. And below the barley corn is a disc. So here maybe there is a barley corn disc. And below that is an umbrella, and then a bracelet below that. An upcurving line starts in the middle of the foot. So this is the line. There is an umbrella here, and a bracelet below that. This is a bracelet. An upcurving line starts in the middle of the foot and ends between the big toe and the second toe. So it starts from the middle of the foot, and there is a line that goes and ends between these two. Below the middle toe is a lotus, and below that is a flag. Lotus, and this is the flag. And below that is a twig. On the heel is a beautiful half moon. In this one. An elephant goat rests below the little toe. In this way, 19 auspicious markings of Srimati Radhika's feet are eternally remembered. O Vrindavaneshwari, O Sri Radhe, I pray for the shelter of your lotus feet. Your lotus feet are the treasure house of the nectar of divine love. Shyam Sundar keeps your feet safely and dearly in his heart. Your feet are the supreme cooling remedy for the blazing fire of this material world. Yeah, that comes, right? Munindra Vrindavandite Triloka Shoka Harini Prasanna Vaktra Pankaje Nikunja Bhuvilasini Brajendra Bhanu Nandini Brajendra Shonu Sangate Kada Karisyashi Hamam Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam. So she takes away all the Triloka Shoka Harini. Okay. Similarly, Bhagavatam also says like Tapatrayo Unmulanam. All the by this Bhagavatam. Vedyam Vastavam Atra Vastu Shivadam Tapatrayo Unmulanam. all the threefold miseries are eradicated or uprooted, unmulanam, by hearing the Bhagavatam. Means the misery may be there, but you will not be affected by the misery. And Bhagavatam is actually devotional, it's actually bhakti book. So it is non-different from, you can say, Radharani's, which says Krishna, and in this Bhagavatam bhakti is taught. So Bhagavatam also, it will uproot all the threefold miseries. Okay, so like that, then there is about Shyam Sundar's lotus feet, and I think then each symbol is described, what it means, which we read that before. But anyway, since this book is there, so we'll read this. So in this way, when we think of Radharani's lotus feet, we can remember the markings on Radharani's lotus feet. What are the markings? Okay. And what each represents. This is how we can meditate on the lotus feet also. There is one way how to meditate on the lotus feet. Okay, so it's 9 o'clock almost. So we'll stop here for today. Thank you everyone for your joining.